pull back and add some power, and we are airborne. Beautiful. Everybody thinks that they're this great pilot if you're just picking it up and going crazy like it's Grand Theft Auto, right? Helicopters do not fly like that. They don't just pick straight up and straight down like some freaking UFO. They almost take off like a airplane. They go down the runway and depart. We could still have fun with it, but let's add a touch of realism. Smooth up your departures and make you guys look like a pro in no time. So in this video, we're going to just go through how an actual helicopter pilot flies, and we're going to try to add this to like our gameplay. If you want to be a good pilot on the simulator, we should start flying like a real pilot. So we're on the runway. Now we know how to pick it up and set it down, and we know how to hover. We're just going to add that into one fluid, smooth motion. So we're going to look outside and we're going to get just enough power to get into a hover. And here's the crazy thing, right? Helicopters only need enough power to get into a hover to be able to depart. So once we get into a hover, we don't need to touch that power setting at all. So eyes outside, let's get light on those skids, and we're going to pull it up into a hover, man. So once you're kind of established in a hover, everything is looking good. Warning lights are out. T's and P's are in the green, and we're good, man. All we're going to do is maintain the same exact power setting, and we're going to push forward. West Memphis traffic, helicopter 7 Delta Quebec is on the go 3-5. We're going to push forward, push forward. It looks super weird, but this is the realistic profile. Right when you get to that, about that 30 knot mark, it wants to balloon up. We're going to push through it. And once we hit 45 knots, slowly pull that back and creep in a little bit of power. There we go. Because we want to keep that airspeed up, right? So nose forward, pull some power, and keep centered right on that center line. Up a little bit of right pedal. There we go. Keep right on that center line. And this is it, man. We keep a vertical speed of about 500 feet per minute and keep an airspeed of about 70 now. And this is our departure. If you want to slow it down and go higher, just pull back a little bit, right? Just like this. And then you can push forward a little bit, get our airspeed back. Just like this. Beautiful. And West Memphis traffic, helicopter 7 Delta Quebec is over to departure end of 3-5. Right turn out to the northeast West Memphis. And we can start our turn. And it's as simple as that, man. We just got to start flying like real pilots, man. This is like a flight simulator. You can use this for actually not everything, but you can use this for a lot of different games, right? We don't have to be this super crazy realistic or this over the top unrealistic pilot where you're just swooping in and doing crazy stuff. Once we kind of got that basic departure down, it's time to take it to that next level, right? And that's going to be this like rolling takeoff. We're going to get into a hover, start taxiing, and roll it right into that departure. So we're going to go eyes outside. We're going to get light in the skids. We're going to get into a hover, and we're going to just taxi to the runway and turn it into a departure. So once we get into this hover, we're just going to follow the taxi line right to the runway. So everything is looking good. Warning lights are out. T's and P's are in the green. We've got enough fuel for the flight. And West Memphis traffic, helicopter 7 Delta Quebec is on the go 3-5. And we're just going to roll right to the center line, and we're going to push forward. We're going to get those 45 knots. Where are we at right now? 32. It's ballooning up. Push forward. Get past that. Get back to the 45. We're at 41. Push, 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 push. And now we can slowly pull back and add some power, and we are airborne. Beautiful. We can even push forward a little bit more if you guys are climbing up way too fast like that. Just push forward and start killing off some of that speed. All right, so honestly, it's kind of like a difference of perspectives, right? A lot of people from the outside will view these pilots as being these great, awesome, crazy pilots. I want that guy on my team, when really they're just doing some super crazy, unrealistic stuff, right? And I think that's kind of where flight simulators and the people that are playing Microsoft Flight Simulators differ in that regard. But we can still kind of join in the middle and have that realism with like the great part of being a pilot. So it doesn't matter who's looking at you. You're just a good pilot, bro. Like that's it. When I was doing tours, people would think that I'm a good pilot if I brought it up nice and gently, had a nice, gentle, safe flight, and landed it back at the airport, right? They're like, oh my God, you're a great pilot. To me, that wasn't a great pilot. That's just kind of doing basics, right? Now, when me and my buddies, like my other pilot buddies, think about good pilots, we're thinking about the guy that's at 1700 feet, cuts the engine, enters an auto rotation and 360s all the way down into the spot and lands at the last second, like perfectly, right? Pull in enough power to get into a hover. We're going to cancel all movement. So a little bit of left pedal, a little bit of left stick right there and pop it up. Now, once we get into a hover, this is all the power we need to be able to depart. So we can just slowly push forward, and we're just going to follow this center line. So warning lights are out, T's and P's are in the green, we're good on fuel. And push forward, West Memphis traffic, helicopter 7 Delta Quebec is on the go 35. Let's get back to that center line. You're just going to push forward right here, and even though it looks kind of weird like you're facing the runway, this is actually the profile of a good departure. So we have our 45 knots. As we start to pick it up and you're pulling back a little bit, you can start to increase more power to maintain your airspeed on departure. If you pick it up and you start getting all crazy in your hover, it doesn't matter. Set it down and you could just restart. And remember, every time that you add power, you're gonna have to do some type of pedal input. So if you're adding power, the aircraft is gonna wanna turn to the right, so you need to put in some left pedal. All right, whatever, I'm out. There you go.